Yo, man, I want to share different seasons for different reasons for different seasons. Freestyle Friday, Brothers of Legacy in the building. I'm on location, grinding, getting it in. Got my, got my execution shirt on today. Execute, execute, execute. That is what we's about, getting it done, getting it in, getting that business taken care of. Congratulations on your book sign. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Putting in that work, putting in that time. So when you're plowing the land, y'all, listen, I don't know where you are, what your season is, but one thing that I am learning, you know how they say some things are worth, repeating, some things are worth being reminded of, some things are worth just revisiting. And this thing called seasons, God is a God of seasons. Sometimes we forget that. Sometimes we overlook that because we are so tunnel vision. We are so on our grind. We are trying to execute like year round. Like we trying to execute like 12 months out of the year. And I don't have any problem with you executing. But the execution might look differently in different seasons. What you execute on might look different for different seasons. Thus, different reasons for different seasons, y'all. Simple word, simple message this morning. Be season sensitive. I'm learning that idea and that concept. God dropped that on me in prayer the other day. Be season sensitive. Season sensitive. In a nutshell, what that means is pay attention to your seasons. Now in Cali, out here in the beautiful state of California, our weather is like always awesome. So sometimes it's hard to know what season you in because it's always awesome. If you ain't been to Cali, get to Cali. Check out Cali. It's amazing out here, right? I'm from the Midwest. I don't miss it. I don't miss those seasons because in the Midwest, when it's fall, it's fall. When it's winter, it's winter. When it's summer. In Cali, every day is springtime. But that really ain't true when it comes to the context in which I'm speaking. It's not always springtime. It's not always summer. It's not always the right climate, so to speak, to be doing maybe what you're doing. So I'm learning in my own life is that, sometimes I get mad frustrated because I'm trying to grind in one way in the wrong season. I'm trying to plow one way in the wrong season. Different seasons have different reasons. So let me give you an example. Let's put it in context. If it's winter, if you live in a state where it actually snows and it actually changes, you get my point. When it's winter, there are certain things that you are restricted from doing. Like you cannot plow the ground. You cannot sow seed. You cannot harvest. There's certain things that you just can't do in the winter. So it's mad frustrating when you're in the winter season, but you're trying to do summer activities. You're in winter season, but you're trying to do summer activities. That's mad frustrating. I'm mad frustrated, right, on some levels because I'm trying to execute certain things and it's not that season. So being and becoming and, maintaining and like being sensitive to being season sensitive. It's like, I hope this makes sense, right? Because it's really off the dome. I just really wanted to share it because it was so profound to me that it's like one of those things where, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I read that in the Bible. Yeah, I've practiced that before. But then you get so tunnel vision. You get such on your grind. You get so, just after your vision. You get so wrapped up in your thing that you forget seasons change. And based on the season, your hands are tied. And they're tied for a reason because something is happening, something's changing, something's working. It's for your good and it's for your benefit, but it's working in God's system. God is systematic. God changes the seasons so that things can continue to produce and reproduce and regenerate and be refreshed and be renewed. And sometimes we're just grinding and hustling and executing and working and plowing and striving and struggling and going. And we're not paying attention to the season that we're in. And it can become extremely discouraging and frustrating. And we can get mad at our spouse. We can get mad at our children. We can get mad at our homeboy. We can get mad at God. We can get frustrated with everybody around us because we're simply putting forth all this energy, all this effort, all this work which is good work. The execution is excellent. Your execution is excellent, but you may be executing excellently in the wrong season. I hope that makes sense. You may be executing excellently in the wrong season. So become season sensitive. Now, how do you do this real quick? I think Terry's up next. Just some real quick how-tos. Just like in the world, if you go with me, bam. See, right now it's a little overcast. Still, I think it's like, about 6:15, 6:20 in the morning where I'm at. So you can't see like really a sunny sky. You can see the mountains in the back. But just like on Earth in natural context, pay attention to what's going on. In the winter, it snows. The ground gets hard. The temperature drops. Those are symptoms. Those are signs. Those are signs to the season. Overcast, yeah. Those are signs to the season. What I'm saying by becoming season sensitive is being aware, being sensitive, being conscious, being observant to what's happening in your life, to what God is maybe saying in prayer, to what God is maybe showing you and doing in your life. What does that say? I thought it never rained. No, it didn't rain. It's just the early morning. We just in the wee hours right now. Saying being aware. Amen. Yes. So just like you pay attention and you're very aware of our surroundings. Like right now, I got on a t-shirt. If it was winter, I wouldn't be able to have on a t-shirt and just rock the t-shirt with the backpack. I would have to have on a jacket. So your different seasons call for different action. Like that's like two, like different seasons either call for different types of action or different seasons restrict you from certain activities and certain actions. And so knowing what season you're in determines what actions you take, and you're better synchronized, right? There's even a better, if you put it in these words, a better synergy between you and the universe, you and the world, you and God, you and your vision, you're being synced up. And sometimes because we're not season sensitive, we're out of sync. So again, how to real quick, paying attention, just like you pay attention to the weather out here, pay attention to what's happening. Where are you getting the most bang for your buck, right? When you're putting out work, when you're putting out content, when you're putting out, whatever work you're doing, any questions that you're putting out there, like where do you see things happening? And being able to say, you know what, for this season, maybe I just need to be doing this right here. And these other things, I'll get to them. I won't become anxious. I won't become frustrated. I won't become fearful. I'll get to those things. But right now, this is what's bearing fruit. So I'm gonna plow here. And then you can start to notice and watch the trends and watch the flow and watch the ebbs and flows of life and say, oh, okay, now we're moving, we're shifting over here. So now my attention and my focus and my energy may need to go over here. So that's it, man. That's it. Again, like AD said, sometimes you're just off the cuff, you're off the dome, you're just shooting and spitting knowledge, and you're just praying and hoping that somebody gets a nugget somewhere in there, because you ain't got the bomb message. I'm just on the hustle. I'm on the grind. I'm ripping and running, but you got it in here. So you're trying to articulate it out here. So hopefully live or on the replay, you guys catch something. You catch one nugget, 2 nuggets. That's all it takes. Just adding to the tool belt. Bam, bam, bam. Adding to the tool belt. And you can get to what you want to get to. You can do what you want to do with it. Pray that it helped somehow, some way. Pray that it was of value, and that you guys can use this thing, man. So I see Terry still on. Terry, you can go get set up, man, if you are ready to rock and roll with the brothers of Legacy. Rock and roll with Mr. What is going to be Mr. Starbucks in a minute. Mr. Starbucks.